So for this first example, I'm going to do a very simple telecom-based example of asking a question about, let's say, what's churn. So what's going to be interesting is I'm not going to give a ton of detail. I'm simply going to say, what is my churn for the last 6 months? I'm not going to say what my customers are, what my goals are. I'm just going to ask that very basic question. Now it's asking me to clarify what I'm looking for. I'm going to say overall numbers. And now what's interesting is you can now see that the system is basically saying, okay, it's restating the question here, and it's breaking down the intent that it sees for me. That I want to understand the customer's churn over the last 6 months. It's looking to see if it has any memory of this task for me in the past. It doesn't. It's now actually going to frame my intent here so I can read this and clarify. Now, this is what's really interesting. It's going to create a plan, and it's going to basically say, this is what it's going to do. I can read it over. It's going to tell me the data it's going to use. And if I'm more technical, I can look into the code and see the code that it's going to use to compute this. So now as you see the answers starting to come in, I want to point out a few things that are really interesting about our platform. First, it gives you the actual formula that was used to determine churn. This is really important as we get into more complex asks, because the last thing you want is to have a black box answer, an answer that gives you like a lot of cool charts, a lot of cool statistics, but you can't fully explain and you can't fully verify. That doesn't build trust, and it doesn't actually lend itself to allow people to actually use it in a real context. So the other thing that it's going to show the actual code that was implemented. It's going to give the high level results. And now we can basically go through and we can see the numbers. And you can see that this is the result. And it basically gives some advice. Now let's go back and now ask a slightly more challenging question.